Well, good day, folks. It's Monday again. I hope you all had an awesome weekend. Got out, did some fun things. Got out, spent some time in the woods. Had a little mental reset with Mother Nature. Just a peaceful place to be in a crazy world. Well, being that it's Monday, we're going to, one more time, jump on that open tag by Aaron over at 865 Knives for Monday Modern Madness. And, well, Canadian Tire, they did it to me again. I stopped in and they had another knife on sale. And this is a brand I don't think I've had one of their knives before. It would be, I guess, a budget brand. It's probably one of Canadian Tire's budget knives, but for $14, I couldn't pass up. I had to give it a try. And that is a knife by Yukon Gear. And it is the EDC Wickenden folding knife. Has a blade length of 3 7/16 or 8.7 centimeters. It is 420 stainless steel, G10 handle with liner lock opening and a 1-year warranty. Care instructions: wipe clean with damp cloth, go to extreme, warning, handle with caution, knife blade is extremely sharp, keep away from children. Made in China, imported by Tri-Leaf Distribution. I'm not even going to try to say that. Toronto, Canada. So, here we have it. So, an interesting design. You got the G10 handles. It's good traction and solid there. Feels almost like a hard plastic. You've got a T8 for your pivot, and it is not a captive pivot. So you'll need potentially 2 T8 screwdrivers or bits to take it apart. T6s holding your scales on. You have a pocket clip with T6 screws holding that on, and the clip is inset, but the screws aren't. Everything is, I guess, an anodized blue, or just blue paint, who knows. Your pocket clip is not the greatest. I've had it in my pocket. There's not a great amount of retention to it. It's kind of sounds flimsy. But you got the blue underliners and accents. Blade alignment is pretty good. And I mean, it's a modern with a pivot screw, so you can adjust that. And you could mount a lanyard to the tube for the screws if you wanted to. But this is not a flipper. It's a manual open. So you have your nail nick, just like a slip joint. You listen. You have the detent ball holding it in place. Strong enough that the blade isn't going to pop out on you, but weak enough that I can actually crack it with one hand and thumb roll the blade open. So there is your blade. Interesting design. Long, hollow grind. You've got embossing Yukon Gear on the blade. It is a drop point, almost with elements of a sheep's foot to it, but more of an upswept belly. You do have some jimping at the top of the blade, but it's kind of in an odd spot. Like if I hold the knife like this, I really don't connect with that jimping very well. And if I choke back a little bit and put my thumb kind of in the provided thumb rest, I'm really not feeling it there either. They could have continued that jimping out farther. I think that would have been better. That would have been more practical. The handle feels reasonably good. It's almost feels a little small for my hand. I've got medium-sized hands, and I mean, it's good texturing. I can get a good grip on it. I just wish it was maybe a little wider. Maybe that's where I'm losing it. The clip doesn't really bother me. I don't feel that in any grip, really. Other than the convenience of just hanging it in your pocket, I'd almost take the clip off just because there's no great amount of retention to it. Maybe replace it with another clip. The locking system is a liner lock. It has very good coverage, but it is a very thin liner lock. There's not a lot of meat to that. But it does offer very good coverage. As long as it's strong enough and it doesn't fold on itself, it should be good. Easy access to it. You can see here, nice cutout, so you get easy access for closing. It's not what you would consider a real drop shetty blade. I mean, it will with some effort. But again, as I've said many times, I don't like that. If you like a flipper, you can easily break the detent and give it a flick and it will open up. The closed length is right about 4.5 inches. Your blade length is right about 3.5 inches. They advertised it at 3 7/16. Your cutting edge, about 3 1/3 inches. The grind is pretty even all the way. The other side, looking good on that side as well. You do have a bit of a sharpening choil. Add a little life to your blade for sharpenings, not a finger choil though. It is a very slicey blade, I will give it that. So, definitely a cutter. Comes with a 1-year warranty, so take that for what you will. To me, a 1-year warranty on a knife says, we hope it'll make it 1 year. As opposed to a lot of blades like a buck that have a lifetime replacement warranty as long as you don't do something extremely foolish and stupid with the knife, like stab a brick or something. But it's not a bad knife. Certainly not a bad knife for the price. I mean, blade is really solid, no movement at all. As long as that liner lock holds up. It doesn't advertise what type of metal that is, if it's steel, aluminum, or what. But I'm assuming it's the same metal the clip is made out of. And I don't know. I don't know what you would do with it that would cause enough pressure on that liner lock to cause it to fail, cause it to bend. But just my comfort level, I'd like to see something a little beefier in there. But I mean, not a bad looking knife. Certainly has a good, sturdy, very sharp blade on it. I've carried it for a few days, played with it, and it's worked fine. It's a knife that I think if you were in, say, an industrial setting and you were using your knife all day, I have a feeling that the handle would start to bother you after a time. But if you just had a knife that you occasionally would use, maybe something you leave in your vehicle or when you need it, you're not doing a lot of prolonged cutting, like breaking down a whole bunch of boxes or something like that, I think it's probably a pretty good knife. And you can't argue for the price. 14 bucks. Now that was on sale. So I believe that was 70% off. So at full price, I'd have some qualms about the knife, but at a 70% off sale price, 14 bucks. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong there. So there we have it. That is the Yukon Gear EDC Wickenden folding knife. On sale right now at Canadian Tire. In fact, I think my Canadian Tire, they have like a bin full of them. So probably if you run to your Canadian Tire, they've got one there. Just something a little different. What do y'all think of this? I carved a stag bead the other day from a old set of antlers. And I stuck that on my Rough Rider red-handled bow trapper. A little bit of red leather. How's that look? Not everybody loves a lanyard. I put them on some knives, not on others, but I thought that was a good place for it. Anyhow, folks, I hope your Monday flies by quickly. Maybe this gave you a little reprieve from the Monday sucks. Go look around. There's a whole lot of channels out there, and they're all throwing out videos today that might give you a little distraction from the Monday mundanes. Anyway, hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.